Cześć i dzień dobry from here in Szczecin, Poland, where I'm a little bit lost. But I want to talk about something. And by the way, today is a vault episode, so I'm going to show you a little bit of, as we're walking around, we're actually lost at the moment. But we're going to show you, I'm going to make a video of a question I get asked a lot, and that's how I'm treated as a foreigner here in Poland. How I'm treated as a foreigner here in Poland. And it's an interesting question I've been asked a lot. And I know I could probably get a couple of videos going viral saying how I'm treated as a black person or how the Polish treat black people, but that's not really my thing. You know, never felt led to do that. But what I do want to say is how I'm treated as a foreigner, being I'm not from here. And honestly, to be honest, other than people just staring and maybe not smiling or looking mad, you know, I don't feel as if I'm treated so differently, you know, because the more I want to think, well, they don't smile, they look at me and they just walk and don't say anything. But from the people I've talked to that are Polish, that happens to them too. So what I can say is that when I'm here and I meet my people, and I talk about this a lot, like when I meet my people, like when I walk by someone and smile and I make a connection with someone, they're usually deep connections. They're usually friendships that turn out to be very long and very exciting as well. Because just speaking with them, and they know people and they love to meet other foreigners, I realize they love you or they're just not interested. But most people are just not interested in anybody else. I mean, people who can just walk around and not smile or not look up, or you say hello and they just look at you like you're crazy. I mean, that says a lot. And I think when I take it personally, I feel like I'm treated very weird. But when I just understand maybe they're having a bad day, or I start to look at it as they treat most people like that, it changed the way that I saw things. And when I started looking at that, I realized that I was being treated very different than what I thought. You follow me? So I thought I was being treated one way, and I changed the way I looked at it, and I realized I was actually being treated a completely different way. You know, when I've met people, a lot of my friends who I know here, they're friends with a lot of foreigners. They're friends with a bunch of them. They don't discriminate against one kind of foreigner, or they don't just like me because of the way I look. They're very open. And here in Poland, there's people who are very open and love to meet people. It's just the majority, most likely, of people that you're going to meet on a day-to-day walking through the streets, they're not going to maybe seem so interested, and that can be very intimidating. Like there's times when I've had TikTok lives or maybe even Instagram lives, and I've talked to you all, and you guys have said, you know, I feel very alone here. I felt very sad. And I started to look at things very different through like your eyes. And I realized it did feel very lonely. Like I felt actually lonely when I took in what you guys were explaining to me, because I felt very lonely, because I'm like, that's true. Like I walk down the street and say hello to people, and sometimes they don't say anything back. And in the past, when I came here, I would talk to beautiful women, and of course they all talk to me. But as I started to look at just in general, like if I go to a store or I ask for something, you know, it wasn't like that. You know, and I don't know, especially in the bigger cities. But what I did find when I got here, and this worked for me, and I hope that this will help someone out there, as I went to the smaller towns, the smaller cities, that's where like everything, the people started to, especially the younger people, started to be more open with me. And I look at it like this. Every country has their ratio of people you have to walk by before you get a hello or a smile. That's what I say. For example, if I'm in France, it's maybe 1 out of every 20 people, and I'll get a hello. If I'm in the States, maybe 1 out of every 8. No, it depends where in the States, but let's say I'm in the States at the store. Maybe 1 out of every, I don't know, 7, 8 people, I'll get a hello back or smile. Here in Poland, it might be 1 to 70. So that has to be something you know before you come here. I think as I started trying to compare where I'm from, like I started to compare my culture to, or places that I've been to here, that was when I was probably the more unhappy, because I started to be like, it shouldn't be like that. People shouldn't just look at me with a frown or be mad. Like, people shouldn't. But it's a different culture. So how I'm treated, just look at my social media comments. Like, look at the people who joined the lives. Look at the people who are watching this in the premiere right now, if you're here. Like, most of them are Polish people. So how on earth does that work? It's not like I made a video that went viral and now I'm this one guy who made YouTube videos. I have people who have been following me for years, who've been here for years, literally years, like years. And when I understand that, when you can understand that there's a reason for that. Now these people, they're open-minded, they think different, else they wouldn't follow me. So one of the things I say is when you're here, you gotta make yourself findable to the people you wanna meet. What kind of people do you wanna meet when you come here? I love to meet happy, exciting people. And those are very easy people for me to find in Poland. Because if I have most of the people frowning and not looking happy and head down when they walk, it's easy to see who's happy and who my people are. I say hello, they say hello back. Very simple. When I go into stores, if I say a little joke, it changes. Because it feels like I tell people, I give a lot of talks here in Poland to schools that have new students coming from new countries and they're trying to adapt. And one of the things I say is I think here, the people all want to smile. But I want you to imagine if you're in their shoes and you walk around, you work at a store. Biedronka is the perfect example. Because at Biedronka, it seems like one of the saddest stores. Even though it's one of my favorite, I go into it almost every day. Because no one says hello. Imagine no one says, hey, cześć, jak się masz? Like, people don't say stuff like that. So if you're never used to hearing it, you stop to even ask other people. And even myself, as it's been cold outside, I've been walking by people, I was lost. People were just seeming like not wanting to say anything. I just started not to say anything. Then I stopped looking at people. And I think that's how it becomes contagious. But I've realized as I start to smile, you all who are happy, most likely you're watching me here, you're that way. As you start to just be you, your people will find you. It won't be every person that walks by, but your people will. And it's very easy to tell because of how different it is. If everything was dark, you'd see a light very easy. So how I'm treated, I love it. I wouldn't come back if I was treated horribly. It takes some time for me to get used to it. Like, I've gotten used to, oh yeah, people don't say, a lot of times, thank you. You hold the door, they don't say nothing. Or maybe they just bump me walking down the street. And it took a while to get used to it because I went 3 years and not been and hadn't come here. But I think I used to, I'm like, that's just how it is here. The more energy I give to people who don't really matter to me and I don't matter to them, it's more energy that I'm taking away from being able to, let me show you guys the view, being able to talk to the people and say hello and smile and spend time with those who do matter. So with that being said, I hope this helped you out. Don't be discouraged. Understand it's the right people, you're gonna meet you and you're gonna meet them. That's the easiest way I can say it because I love it here. I come here all the time. I probably will always keep coming here. And I just want people to see and experience it for themselves. And the more people can be happy and smile and think of things in a better way, the more that shares and spreads to other people. And I think that's what's needed more in the world right now than ever before. So with that, I appreciate you. I want to wish you all the best day. And you guys who are on your way to be moving here, just remember your people are here. They might just be a little bit harder to find, but put yourself in a way that they can find you and they'll arrive faster than you think. So, speak to y'all later. Polska, kocham ci, and everybody, do widzenia.